Hello and welcome to episode 294 of the Daily Sales Message Sales Podcast, where every single day I say the word sales a lot, I talk really quickly, but hopefully you end up with something that's practical, easy to follow. It's going to make a difference for you. And let's be honest, it's completely free, so there's nothing to complain about. In today's episode, it's the weirdest introduction I've done yet in 294 episodes, there we go. In today's episode, we're talking about syllables are expensive. Syllables are expensive. What I mean by this is when you're communicating your offering, this is very much a clear sales message consideration. When you're explaining your offering, when you're naming something, when you're writing anything, sounds really obvious, but very few people do it. Pick words with the lowest syllable count possible. Why? Why do we need the lowest syllable count possible? Well, it makes it easier for people to read it. In the UK, where I'm based in particular, the average reading age is 9 years of age. That's an average. So there's people above that and below that, and there's no judgment here at all, but that's just fact. So people have generally a low reading age. So the reading age is worked out by number of words, number of syllables, density of sentences, etc. It's called the Flesch-Kincaid reading score. There's an actual kind of piece of kit that will score how well, the reading age of what you're writing. But for me, the easy marker here is its syllables. Could we swap out the words we're using for words with fewer syllables? If we could, we should probably do that, because if we use lots of syllables, we're using bigger words, more complicated words, people literally might not understand what we're talking about. We're going to disconnect from them and they're not going to buy from us as a result. So don't put unnecessary barriers in the way between you and your buyer. Think about the syllable count of the words that you're using. Consider trimming away as many syllables as possible, because after all, syllables are expensive. Right, that's it for this mini episode of the Daily Sales Message Sales Podcast. Tomorrow in episode 295, one of my favorite catchphrases. It's got the word terrorist in it, which doesn't help me because I don't know if that's going to flag anywhere. So apologies in advance for that. But I'm going to tell you something about terrorists tomorrow in a particular phrase that I've got. Come on back and tune in for that. In the meantime, if you haven't already, please hop on over to LinkedIn and connect with me there. Shoot me a message. Let me know what you like about the podcast. Ask me if you'd like me to cover anything in a future episode. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for a terrorist-based edition, so random, of the Daily Sales Message Podcast.